In Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki said the rich have a lot of money, but the wealthy don't need to worry about money. Now, to fully explain this, I'll be breaking this video into four parts, which are marked below. And yes, as always, I'm gonna tell you what you can learn from this comparison and implement in your life to make a change for the better. So, let's get on right with it. As said by Robert, the rich have a lot of money, but the wealthy don't need to worry about money. This means that the rich people have large sums of money, which allows them to buy designer clothes, travel in luxury cars, and reside in large houses. But that money will soon run out, and so will their lifestyle. On the contrary, the wealthy have sustainable money, which will last a lifetime if not generations. Unlike the rich, the wealthy can stop working and still not have to worry about their money running out, whereas the rich simply fail to do so. Now, this doesn't mean the wealthy have a very luxurious lifestyle filled with the best money can buy, but it simply means that they can afford a lifestyle they're happy with without having to worry about their money running out. The rich are notorious for making poor financial decisions and buying stuff they don't need and cannot afford. Alright, let's take an example. There are two people, Tom and Ed. Both earn the same amount per month through whatever sources of income they have. Now let's say Tom is rich while Ed is wealthy. Tom drives a very posh S-Class while on the other hand Ed drives a Tesla Model 3, which is still a great car and can be considered luxurious, but it is only a third of the price of Tom's gorgeous Mercedes S650. Now let's take a look behind the curtain. What we don't see is Tom is actually living very tightly, from paycheck to paycheck. He barely manages to pay for all his extravagant purchases, while on the other hand, Ed has a lot of money left over after he covers all his humble expenses, which allows him to invest the rest of it. Soon, Ed is able to live a better and more luxurious lifestyle than Tom without having to hurt his pockets or worry if he could afford whatever he wants to buy, while Tom is still worrying if he has the money to buy the Chanel handbag his spoiled wife is eating his brain for. Ed keeps growing while Tom is very stressed and not improving at all. Rather, he's declining overall. Now, this is a pretty paradoxical thing to explain, so I'm gonna be using an example. So, we all know Rolls Royce, right? Arguably the most luxurious car manufacturers, but definitely the most desired ones. Let's look at the interior of the top model, the Rolls Royce Phantom. It is pretty luxurious, right? Now, let's look at the interior of another luxury car, which is nearly half the price of the Rolls Royce we just saw, the Mercedes Maybach S650. It seems much more flashy, much more appealing, and in my opinion, much more luxurious. Yet, why is Rolls-Royce still considered the pinnacle of motor car luxury? And why is it double the price of a Maybach? Well, it is because it is made out of the finest materials money can buy, which you might not have noticed. The Maybach is much more flashy with screens, lights, buttons everywhere, but the Rolls Royce doesn't need to have unnecessary and flashy features just to be more luxurious. It is the most luxurious car, and the designers don't feel the need to show it. The car speaks for itself. Similarly, the rich always buy expensive things they don't need so they can show it off to everyone. But the wealthy are more like Rolls Royce. They know they have a lot of money and they don't need they feel the need to show it to everyone. Don't get me wrong, the wealthy will sometimes make absurd and unnecessary purchases like dropping $1 million on a watch. But that'll be because that makes them happy. But they won't ever spend an extra dollar to flex or show it off to everyone.